Yeah, winning, I'm balling like Pippin. Got the plus in the rest with the cash app. Try to practice social distance.
Speaking of doing things quickly, you posted a video. Well, you posted you on Facebook. You was like, I'm gonna create an album in 24 hours. Like, and then you posted the video and you did it. Like, how? Tell me the lane of your mental state that you have to be to write out a whole album in one day and then record it, or you just not even write. You just go in there and then doing what Lil Wayne and Hove do and just freestyle.
I wrote, and I had the ability to freestyle. And so rapping is a craft, right? And writing is a craft. And the more you do it, the more you become a master of your craft. And so with that in mind, I knew I had the ability to write. So writing an album in one day is not going to be hard. And if I go into the studio with all of my blocking and tackling correct, I do the basics right, I go in there and I record the album. And so the challenge for me was like, what's next? I just dropped the Bomb album. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the Bomb took several years to make. And that's a 20-track album. I took my time with that. I wanted to deliver so many different styles of music in one project, but it all feel like it belongs on the same project, which was kind of difficult to do, but I figured that out for me. So I was like, what's the other end? What's the challenge in me? I'm not just gonna be making projects just to be making projects. What's the challenge? So when I had the idea, I'm gonna do it in a day. The idea came from Twitter. Somebody tweeted something about, they said this album sound trash. It sounded like he made it in 2 days.
He was like,
that was a tweet.
I can do this.
And I said,
it's gonna sound good.
I can make an album in a day, and I bet you it sound dope. And that ignited something in me. So my process was, what didn't take a day was me gathering the beats. About a month or so, I was gathering. This is the soundscape for the album. This is the vibe for the album. You got to have that together. I didn't wake up one day and choose all the beats in one day.
Okay.
But I'm not going to pour and write and conceptualize any of this until the day. So me and Rojo Bandit, Carlos, drove up to Fredericksburg, Virginia, got a hotel room. I woke up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I relaxed I said a prayer to God. I was like, these gonna have to be your words. You gotta just give them to me. The words are already, people don't realize, man, like all your words and all your answers are already in you. You just gotta realize that. And that comes with self-identity, right? So I said, hey, you gotta help me write this. So what you trying to tell the people? And I grabbed me a glass and I poured me a little bit of Bullet bourbon in it at 9 in the morning, just a little bit. Took a sip. I put the first track on and just started writing. I wrote from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 that night. The studio was 10 minutes away. At 5:30, I got there at like 5:50. Started recording at 6 p.m. I said I got 6 hours to record an album. I pulled the mic stand like this out of the booth, and it was an open area. And I invited people in to be part of this experience, and they didn't even know what was going to happen. So basically, I performed that album live in front of a small crowd. And so when you hear the claps and you hear the talking and different things going on, that was it. And I wanted to give a cafe vibe, MTV Unplugged kind of situation.
Okay.
Right? So I had the producer on the boards, my man Twist, that's what we record in Fredericksburg. I had a small crowd, and I started with track 1, and I just went through, and that was the project.
That's crazy.
One day I said, whatever we finish by midnight, if I don't finish the album, whatever I have at midnight will be the album.
Okay.
But I was able to get all of them out. You know, you had to go in and kind of like really perform at this high level. I feel like I had to perform at an Olympic level as it pertains to delivery. I had to be precise. I had to know exactly what I wanted to do and how I wanted to come across. And it was very organic. There's songs that have a lot of interaction with people in the crowd. I'm bringing them up to the microphone. We're having dialogue. I'm asking questions, and it all fit together. And so that's what Souls and Silhouettes was. And to commemorate that, when I make a Souls and Silhouettes 2, it'll be a one-day project. So that'll be, and it was mental gymnastics, bro. It was, and it does not, I repeat, does not sound like it was written. Well, and here's the thing. I grabbed at the beats. I didn't even have the concept for the album fully. So while I'm sitting there vibing off of it and writing, I had to come up with the concept. What is the whole, because it's not a bunch of random tracks. It all feeds. It's a linear thing. So I had to conceptualize, write and record all that within a 25. And I didn't even have full 24 hours. It was from 9 o'clock to midnight.
There's been no way. Like when it comes to me doing films, bro, I gotta write. Everything has to be in order. Like I can't. If my brain is all over the place, it's not gonna work. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home.
I also did that as a flex for people that be taking all day to drop their projects.
Oh yeah. So you have to
watch this master MC work. Like what? Like I can sit up here and go, fam, I like wrote a whole album and recorded it in a day. Like what are y'all doing? I did it in a day. What are you doing?
Yeah, so that's crazy. I there's no way. But you know, I gotta ask everybody. I mean, I probably know your top 2, but you gotta give me.
So why don't you tell me my top 2 then?
I know Jay is number 1. We just know Jay is always gonna be.
You know, Jay-Z is my number 1. I
think. Well, the 2 people that I know you talk about the most is Nas.
I thought you knew me, bro.
I do, but it's just the fact that when you rap, that's what I hear. Like I hear this bravado. You know what I'm saying? So and I would say Nas is in your list too. Like, you know, those 2 are the ones that I know that seem like to be one of the biggest influences, especially when it comes to lyricism, because you always talk about, you know, their production. Like their production is like top tier and it's all soulful. It's big band. Like you hear the instruments in the background. You know what I mean? So I know those are pretty much the 2 that even drive your production now. You see, you got guitars in the back.
So when it comes to production, when I look for production, I want the music to be able to stand alone without my vocal accompaniment. If that makes any sense.
Makes absolute sense.
So when I be hearing people have trash beats, I'm like, would you want to listen to this song without this person's voice? The music has to move you. And so that's why that's why my production is very musical most of the time. Mm-hmm. So to that point, the funny thing is, there's a lot of Jay influence with me. I think that's inadvertent. That was not intentional. And people have told me that over the years, and I used to get pissed about it. Like, I don't rap like Jay, nigga. But when I listen to how he talks trash on his songs and the level of bravado and the way you like, hey man, like what's that? I was like, dang, that is Jay. So I had to own that one. So yeah, Jay is in my top 5. And he's just like, there's some things that he says, and I'm like, that was beautifully captured. And I think that's dope. At the top, though, is Tupac. And I'm mad you missed that because you know.
Well, but I was Tupac. I know because I know Pac is always going to be the greatest. I didn't want to put him in there because no one's going to be able to even come to his like level. So I don't even want to put him in there because then it's no competition. I need you to give me somebody else outside of Pac. Because, we was growing up.
Go ahead.
I feel that we belonged in California, bro. Illinois wasn't for
us. Bro, what are we doing in LA, bro? I mean, what are we doing in Illinois? What are we doing in Illinois? We was even dressing different. Like, why do y'all look like that? Like, bro, what up? What up? What, Dog Pound Gangster for life. 213. We talking about we put 217 up. 213. What's up with it?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he said, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
that 1-3, you know what I mean? Like all Chicago,
Jadakiss.
Bro, you see
I've been a lockhead. I used to wake up to the We Are the Streets album, like D Block. Like Jadakiss is just
I don't think people give him enough credit sometimes.
They don't. And typically you have to be like a Locks head in order to even really feel Jay. You know what I mean? Black Thought. Black Thought from the Roots, who arguably has the best freestyle in the history. When you see him on what was that 107? Mm-hmm. When he was on there, did you ever see that?
Yeah,
when he freestyled for 10 minutes straight. So
that was nuts.
It was nuts. But when I saw early stuff with him and Questlove back in the late 90s, Questlove was just throwing him random words and he was freestyling. That's what got me to be a freestyler, Black Thought. So that's how much influence he has on me. 3 Stacks.
100, man, bro. Did you hear that leak track Drake did when?
We're not gonna talk about how Ye put that on GD. We're not gonna talk about. What you gotta say? We gonna talk about that.
They said put that on GD. I told Drake, you better leave me alone. Like
I told him, I put that on GD. I was almost like, yo. I was almost like, yo. I was like, whoa.
I'm gonna need to see some lip behind that, Phil. Like,
No, I said that. I said that to some folks. I was like, does he know his lit?
bro, I would
Does
need.
he know? Does he know?
I don't know.
This conversation is not about to go down
there. we gonna keep going. Let's keep going straight, bro. We ain't gonna take. We're gonna take an off ramp right now, man.
You like, man, for what's your list? No, but yeah, Pac, Black Thought, Jada Kiss, 3 Stacks, and Jay. What takes points away from me from Nas is whenever he went nasty Nas. I never liked it. These other artists are not aspects that I don't like about them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whenever Nas was trying to be like cool, like a party track kind of dude, I didn't like it. I like Nas, the street prophet. You know what I mean? When you get him on the street prophet stuff, it's just like it's otherworldly. But he was trying to come off in other ways musically, and it didn't stick to me. And I always felt like that was something that was like his kryptonite. That's why I think Pac was so dope, because Pac can make the song White Man's World, Keep Your Head Up, Brenda Had the Baby, Dear Mama, Can You Get Away, which is a song about domestic violence. I mean, you got so many songs that Pac was rapping about social, political, social, economic, family structure, all that type of stuff. But he also made Ambitions of a Rider. He also made Bomb First. He also made, you know what I mean? I won't deny, like you. He's like you feel like he would really. He made a song on the Me Against the World album. On one album, he made Dear Mama, which literally made me cry when I thought about my mama.
Yeah, me too.
Then when he Outlaw, he was rapping about shooting up a courtroom. Same album, and I believe both of them. But then you can't tell me Pac don't make party tracks. California Love, like
yeah, he
makes party. He don't miss. Whenever you need, Pac don't miss. And so that's why when Nas used to miss with that. But lyrically, he's great. One of the greatest storytellers I ever told. If he would have always stayed the street prophet and the storyteller, it would be incomparable. And then some of his production choices were like,
yeah.
So
I think a lot of people feel that way about Meek, man. Like Meek Mill, like when he rap about pain, you know what I mean, or he rap about that type of struggle or pain, like it's so impactful. But then when you start doing, party track and stuff like that, then it's just like it's a hit and miss for him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of songs that I listen because he's just loud. He's always amped.
It's the yelling for me that I can't do.
But he
nigga,
one of my favorite rappers.
With that nigga at a kickback, I'd be like, well, somebody tell that nigga Meek to shut up. He's loud, bro.
He's loud, bro. So, hey, what's your most useless talent?
Sarcasm. Sarcasm and being extremely funny in situations that I shouldn't be. And because when you with me, you be crying. I like to do things in real life situations that you will probably only see on a big screen or that you just should not do.
It doesn't help that I egg that shit on either, though.
All the time. Me and you be out there like two little roguish little boys. We're very grown, and I should behave better. But there's like sarcasm and wit. You know how it is. It's difficult talking to me sometimes. And that's just definitely. It's laced and riddled with it. And there's no malicious intent behind it. It's just, if you're sounding stupid, I'm going to make you know that immediately.
Oh my God. I gotta stop encouraging. Because then it becomes like it's a confrontation. Then it's like, okay, guys, it's not that serious.
Make it serious, then my younger brother has to roundhouse you.
And then, we're not even gonna get on that. But anyways, so well, I don't know if you have any more music for the drop. I'm pretty sure you would have told me by now. If you haven't, then there's gonna be a problem. And I have 2 knees and elbows that are waiting to meet with you.
Bro, you haven't threatened me with physical violence. I appreciate you can do that. So yeah, actually, me and Basta Rayman working on Do Rags and Roses 2. I'm also working on Casual Savage 2.
What about the rest of your artists that you got in the stable?
The rest of the art, like who they are or what they got.
Yeah, well, let us know. Like you don't gotta give us all. Well, now you know what? Give them all a shout out because
we got Basta Rayman, that's the president of the label. We got Ultramac, and he's one of our hardest and most consistent like people putting out projects. Ultramac is, and we got when I say a variety of artists, we have a variety of artists. So Basta Rayman has Rayman 2 coming out as well. So 2022 is the year of like Casual Savage 2, Do Rags and Roses 2, and Rain Man 2. So all of our 2s coming out. Bastard Rain Man and Ultramac can also have an album coming out called Millennials. So we got a bunch of stuff coming out from them. We got Ja P. He just dropped Whelp. We got Will Porter. He's working on an album called Terms and Conditions. Shay St. Laurent, who is
the
she got bars, lyricist, just bars, right, bro? She just dropped the album last year called called The Artifact. We got a Journey. You hear him laced on all my albums. If you listen to Aligned, you listen to Stuff Off the Bomb, that's a Journey, singing us. So he's working on a project. And now we got Focus coming out with an album at the end of the year too. So he's, Focus is a pastor and he is a Christian rapper. You know what I mean? So he got a project coming out at the end of this month. And then we just brought on some more artists, man. We got Quam Gordon. He has a project that's coming out. He is a beast. I was telling you about Quam Gordon. But last year he dropped a whole 100 series, 3 albums called Whole 100, 200, and 300. Disgusting. Tino with this producer called Mike. Want to check that out. We also, working with Keisha Bell. She got an album out called Diamond in the Rough that's coming out. My man Cooley High, Keisha Bell and Cooley High are out of Oklahoma City. And then last but not least, we got my man Pilot, who's out there in Arizona. So he's one of them weed rappers, man. When I hear him, he's giving them heavy Wiz Khalifa vibes. You know what I'm saying? So he's straight West Coast cat. He's real dope. And we got 2 in-house producers, Jay Lombardi. He made the song Couches and Altars on the Bomb album. He's a monster producer. He produces pretty much, actually, Ultramac uses, out of all his albums, he uses no other producer but Jay Lombardi, period. He refuses to. And Ultramac never has features. Ultramac is hilarious. Never features. No features, and I'm working with one producer. Shut up. So that's him. And then we also got Chuck Will, and you can hear a lot of Chuck Will's work on Ja P's work albums. So that's our music roster. Also, to jump to the School of Business, the vice president of Black State University, Noodles, Jasante, you know him from the career. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's the vice president of everything, but he also is the president of our College of Business. That's going to teach financial literacy to kids and adults. Enrollment actually starts in November, and cohorts start at the beginning of the calendar year. And so we actually about to start affecting the community. And so I'm really dope. We got some stuff on the stove, major things about what we're doing with our colleges, because we had the College of Business, but then I want to get into STEM, which will ultimately, watch me speak this out there, get into a Black State University preparatory academy for high school students. You see what I'm doing?
That'd be dope.
You see what happened? It's bigger than music, bro. But the beautiful thing is the cross-pollination, because you got people that come to the website for the music, but they're like, oh, they got a College of Business. Oh, they got movies. Oh, they got podcasts. What don't they do, bro? We do everything we want to do. And that's the biggest thing. So thanks for letting me run down the roster and give the Black State staff and alumni and students, because we have degrees, bro. Like when you first come on Black State University, you enroll, you're a freshman.
This is going to be crazy, bro.
And you're expected to do something every year, sophomore year, junior year. And then when you graduate, you better be doing mastery level work. That's why as the dean of Black State University, I have to do things like make an album in a day. I'm the dean. You see what I'm saying? So we expect certain levels of work based on where you are. Our professors, they better be coming with professor level work. See what I'm saying? Resume. So internally, we have built this culture of this like university, this HBCU culture that's pushing this Black excellence within our skin of our own progression. We're pushing our artists to evolve. So yeah, this is your first album. That's cool. Well, what's next? And if not, then you're gonna have to get expelled from school. Sorry.
You're fired. Go find Jesus, and then when you do come back, we'll say what that Kanye West said when he fired his producer.
Bro, because my man slept late. I'm so sorry. Won't you call to Jesus about that? You're fired.
Okay. Man, that's messed up. Lastly, I'm gonna let you get out of here. Lastly, what advice would you give an artist to be successful in the business right now?
Take some time to learn the business. The business has evolved. It's no longer hard copies. It's no longer moving units. Streams are pennies on the penny. So you got to learn what's going to give notoriety. You have to literally learn branding and marketing because you're gonna have to brand and market yourself. It's an indie world now, right? And people don't realize that once you begin to really create a buzz, that's when you get in contact with the heavy hitter producers, the heavy hitter artists. That's when you get in contact and made with major distribution labels and deals. And distribution now is different than then. When I can say they're not putting stuff in stores. The distribution is awareness and traction. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So understand, a lot of these people are just like, I just want to do music. So you say you want to get in the music business. Do you want to just make music? First of all, you need to decide on like your why. I'm doing music because I have a passion for it, or I'm doing music to make money off of it. It's two completely different things. Understanding the industry. So you might have to take a step back from the music and pick up a book or 3. You might have to do some learning. So when you come in, you're very strategic and targeted in what you're doing. Some people just want to make music, thinking that the fact that they just made a song is going to do it. That's a rarity. It's a very rare right place, right time. When we talk about Kendrick Lamar, when he was K-Dot, he created, but he was putting in work. You know what I mean? Him
Absolutely.
and TDE. And he got radio play out there in LA. And Dre heard it. Dre was like, call the radio station. Tell whoever that was to call me. Here's my contact. And he was on the radio. He called the radio. So everybody in LA was blown. That knew Kendrick was blowing up his phone. Dr. Dre's trying to contact you. Right place, right time. Had Dre had not even cut on the radio,
You would have never heard it. Yeah.
right? So you have everybody's come up is different, but he was doing his blocking and tackling right. TDE was building and they was moving. Make sure your business is in order. So learn the business side. And that's what I would say for up and coming artists. Define who you want to be and then be serious about getting there. And that's it.
I think that was well delivered.
And don't be trash.
I knew you was gonna put that shit. Oh man. All right, bro. I'm about to let you go. Tell them where they can see your music, what streaming what streaming sites you are, your social media, and then Black State University website. And I'm gonna let you get out of here.
Black State University is www, which stands for World Wide Web. www.blackstateuniversity.com. Very easy. It have all of our artists. We all have our electronic press kits on there. So if you want to look at some of the artists and all the things, they're all there. My social media on, I guess, my Instagram and my Twitter is at Valmore Gold. Sounds just like it's spelled. So yeah, check me out.
Bet, man, bro. I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate everybody who still support Culture Cafe, man. We appreciate you guys coming in, listening to us, asking the questions, liking, sharing, and commenting, because that helps us to keep building more of a bigger platform for you guys. I appreciate you. We're gonna get out of here.